What's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with the next edition here of the cells going forward here. We only have 11 cells left to go here, I believe, actually, until we reach cell 40, which is the goal of Diamond GWENOM. So let's get right to it. Now, it's Hero Tech characters at Gear Tier 16. I did this before. I brought in Big Time Spider-Man and Shuri, so that's probably who I'm bringing in again. But I do have now, as well as Pegasus members, ready to go. Whereas last time, this was the bottleneck for myself because these three characters work well, but they do have bottlenecks later on, as you'll see with the difficulty going up. So right now, because of these characters being utilized in my Dark Dimension 6 run, it is nice that they have some value still here. So we're just going to take advantage of that. That way you guys can see a different attack order, a different kind of team synergy here anyways. But Kestrel being the most important piece, obviously, at the end of the day, just because she's got the passive damage. Characters like Big Time and Shuri, because they're leveled up so much higher than the enemies, they're going to have, obviously, value there. But, I mean, if you don't have these characters built up, I wouldn't recommend it. I think, obviously at the end of the day, the Pegasus synergy makes the most sense. So definitely would be probably a stronger option here. Now, thankfully, I don't think this node is too crazy bad in terms of difficulty, as there's only 7 enemies. We've taken care of some of the damage dealers like Robbie Rhea, so not a big issue there. And then again, Big Time actually hits really hard, which I like about his abilities, is that he absolutely hits like a truck. And yeah, it's actually the next node that's quite difficult. So I'm gonna be switching things up with my Pegasus team. I know this is the next one here that has that Asgardian mixture here that has a lot of headache for folks that don't have those that are going through without Pegasus. So I did it before with the same 3, but I just don't want to rely on RNG. Last time I did a lot of resets to get through this. I'm not doing that anymore this time around. So I got Rescue, I got Infinity War, Iron Man here all ready to go. This is going to be the setup here. 1.16 million, all gear tier. I think actually all gear tier 18, like 17 or 18, but they're ready to go here in terms of being able to elevate their game. So last time before too, I think what we did is we focused on the Thor in the back there, the special from Kestrel bringing them down, and then it's the Vow. It's really the Vow that's going to be problematic because it's kind of nice because we actually have the special there, whereas I don't think before I did. So because of that, Valkyrie can actually trigger energy, right? And that's obviously a really, really bad setting there. But now, because we were in a good position, the ultimate here from Kestrel can cleanse all Vow, and that's it. Valkyrie, it doesn't even matter that Valkyrie activates the abilities there because all the rest of the team is down, and it's just Beta Ray Bill with Valkyrie, and that's a non-factor here. Especially up against these enemies that are definitely more noticeably weaker than us. But you can see kind of why this is dangerous, because look at the amount of bleeds that Beta Ray Bill added onto our team, right? So that's honestly why it's such a, it can be a very bad node if you don't have the right team synergies. Thankfully, a character like Rescue gives us the sustain that we have, and the sustain to keep the team going. So I really do like that aspect. I'm definitely noticing it compared to last time, how much easier it is. And what I'm trying to do now here is save the abilities of all these characters, and have them in a healthy position for really the last final node. So this is exciting. I think I got through. This is either where I stopped last time, or yeah, it might have been where I stopped last time, to be honest. I don't think those 3 characters I mentioned earlier actually got through it, but yeah, this is the last one here. Yeah, this is where I stopped, because this is the Superior 6 Sinister 6 team, and they were just super duper scary. So okay, moment of truth, guys. My team is a little banged up. No, not ideal, but we do have other options too, with Shuri and Big Time being on deck if need be. But yeah, this is all uncharted territory for myself. So I'm gonna activate the special here. I'm gonna go down the middle. Oh my goodness, and that actually does actually wipe out Green Goblin Classic. So my goodness. Okay, this is just becoming a joke now at this point. Okay, we're gonna activate the ultimate here from Iron Man Infinity War. This is crazy how easy it is with this team. Well, yeah, like, I don't know, maybe, I feel like I had Kestrel at Gear Tier 18, though, so that's kind of weird that, and she's only level 99, like, it's not like I brought her Gear Tier up or anything like that, right? She's level 99, she doesn't have any red gear, so I think maybe just, like, maybe I just didn't have good cooldowns last time, and I just didn't care at that point, because both Big Time and Shuri were not going to be finishing this, but you can see how hard these guys do hit, right? And then, this is the sustain that we need, right? Having Pegasus is kind of the difference maker here in that respect. I'm going to leave Doc Ock, because although he does have a lot of regens coming with offense up, at the end of the day, you know, he's not really an issue because he doesn't deal damage. So that just leaves here now Rhino and Vulture. Easy, easy, as you guys can see. We're super healthy. So yeah, these nodes that were difficult for me before in January, not an issue whatsoever now, especially bringing the Pegasus team, guys. So hopefully this showcases for you how powerful and how much of a go-to option Pegasus is. This is so straightforward. No, not really any strategy involved. Just make sure you're taking down all the pain points that you see, right? And we're ripping, guys. We're ripping. So we might even be able to clear all the mutants, and then that leaves us room for the legendary section. So, okay, X-Men, Gear Tour 17. We're up against Red Hulk, Brawn. So just being mindful of the cooldowns, I guess. I think I had some preset teams ready to go here, but I think the go-to here has got to be, you know, having a mixture here of Forge, Gambit makes the most sense, honestly. I think these characters are going to be pretty notable. I don't have my Cyclops at Gear Tier 17, actually. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Sunspot here. I think this 3 should be able to get the job done. Ideally, I want to save my Nightcrawler and Rogue for the higher nodes. But we have more than enough mutant characters, right? And this is going to be uncharted territory for my account because I haven't gone this far before. But we know who to target. We're up against here a Red Hulk and Brawn. So, obviously, being mindful of them, making sure that we're targeting them. And I think having as big of a Gambit as you can, guys, is going to be pretty key here just to get through these nodes. So, unfortunately, they were able to clone our Sunspot before Sinister went down, but I think we can actually go ahead here. I'm going to use the ultimate just to give us a bunch of buffs. But also, we got Sunspot to generate energy anyway, so it's not a big deal. And yeah, no issues whatsoever. This is going to be smooth. Absolutely smooth. So, use the special down the middle there. So, we've got some charges as well on Gambit, so that's fine. And I don't believe the rest of the nodes are, the rest of this node with the waves is going to be an issue anyway. So, we're just going to take our time with this, build up some energy. It doesn't run the same as the raids, right? So, we definitely do need to bring up our cooldowns back up again for the next node. But yeah, you can see this is super straightforward. Unfortunate that Gambit actually got the blind because he'd be finishing off these enemies like nothing right now. Boom. Yeah, and then it's Madeline Pryor, Abomination, and Emma Frost. So, yeah, just some supportive characters. Not an issue whatsoever. You can see how conservative I'm being with abilities. Yeah, the one thing is Madeline Pryor obviously having the controlled attacks get hurt and the massive debuffs, ability block on our team. But our team is just built up, you know. We're geared higher, so the resistances and all that do matter more in this case. But I can definitely see how this one would be an issue as well if you don't gear your Extreme X-Men team characters properly. And we have the resistance there, so that's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the last charge on Brawn here because we can actually just build up our energy. And we are gonna go focus on Emma Frost in that left corner just because her getting off her abilities and obviously that blind hurts us. Thankfully, you know, Gambit's got some amazing capabilities, especially with the support that he gives to the team. Okay, and then you should be just left with Abomination and Brawn, and that's okay. We're going to just finish off Abomination. He's got some stuns and damage, and that way it gives us a little bit of time to heal up as well. So, yeah, this is not a hard one by any means, but you can see, just an example, right? They're hitting my Gambit pretty hard when those moments count, so you still can't drop your guard here. It's why bringing in a character like Forge, I think, is pretty important for this node because of the supportive buffs we're going to be getting. And then you can set up the stage. Like I could have probably used my Sunspot ultimate, to be honest, but I'm not sure. I could have him on deck just in case I need it, but I wasn't sure. I wanted to be flexible here. I think Cyclops would have been a really good option for this one as well, but I think Sunspot and Forge is that synergy with Gambit's pretty good. Nightcrawler you could have brought in, but again, I'm just being conservative because we have more mutant nodes after this, and they're definitely more trickier than this first one. That's kind of a taste. So we'll see how the next two are going to be now. We're going to switch things up, though, because there's some different enemies involved, and we want to control what we can. So next up, we have this Omega Red Weapon X combination with Kang. That's very, very dangerous. And then we're also up against the Horseman in 34. So that's why you do want to be strategic with how you build up some of these characters and teams. Now, having said that, okay, I think Rogue's a good one to have for this, for sure. Just the synergies of Rogue and Gambit, and then having Forge for the capabilities. I think this should be good enough. And then the last one, we're probably going to need both Nightcrawler and Gambit. is what I'm thinking, right? So you start things off here. I think controlling the Kang makes the most sense. You completely shut him down. The one thing is that Omega Red's going to get his abilities off just because it's turn 1. We're going to go ahead. We're going to just burst these guys down hard and fast. So that way we're able to generate at least a little bit of energy. And I am going to be waiting on that stun from Rogue just in case we need it. And then I'm not going to use the ultimate from Forge there because we have the passive attacks. I think Kang is the most important member of the team. And we already took him down right away. So I think we're good there. So I think it's a waiting game at this point then. We go ahead. We had that really good start by controlling Kang at the very beginning. And oh my goodness, look at the bleeds that are landing on Rogue, right? So I think I might actually have to use the ultimate from Forge just to give us some buffs. It should apply to Rogue, I believe. Okay, and then we know that more bleeds are coming and then more cooldowns are coming too from Omega Red himself. So Rogue is just absolutely getting a beating, but she played a very, very important role. Obviously getting us to where we are, and yeah, let's do that. So the cleanse is huge. Rogue gets those benefits, but yeah, then Omega Red has that devastating ultimate ability. Thankfully, we had the right abilities at the right time, and I am gonna just, it's only a few turns away anyways. I'm gonna land the ultimate here. That way we're just doing some AoE damage, right? And because I feel like we're not blasting through the waves as much as I would like. We need some more AoE damage here. And you also want to position it in a way where you're getting enough turns so that way you're not completely strapped for the next node, right? So that's why I am being mindful of cooldowns. I don't know if Rogue is going to be an option yet for next node because she may or may not be used later on also in the legendary section. But I do like this combo of Gambit and Forge. I think they're a must-have. You got to have these two for these nodes. I think it's going to be pretty difficult without sustain. And then the next node having Nightcrawler ready to go is pretty big. So I think that's what's going to do it, especially up against a Horseman team. Okay, so yeah, that's what I mean. Just look at the amount of damage they can do, right? So our Rogue went down. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. I don't think I need Rogue. Hopefully not. Hopefully this doesn't bite me in the butt later on, but I just don't think she's going to be a reason that I can't get to cell 40, given the rest of the teams I have. So I'm going to leave it as is because I don't want to reset this, but yeah, just good showcases for you guys how difficult this node can be, and you know, Gear Tier 17 is the requirement, so goes to show you that yeah, the strategy does matter here. This Omega Red, you know, we should have taken care of him earlier, but he has survived because we were just dealing with so much other things, and then obviously having Masters of Evil come out and the turn mirror rewind and the taunt from Zorby Man just held us down. Okay, so this is the last one, guys. This is what we're gonna wrap it up here for the X-Men Gear Tier 17. Rogue went down, so it is what it is. But I think having Nightcrawler, Gambit, and Forge, this is the GOAT team right here. I think this is probably the best chance that we have against all the Horseman characters. It's the amount of AoE that we have here and the amount of control. It's going to be very, very important. Only thing is obviously I think Apocalypse is probably going to get his turn. You know, I don't think we can stop that. But what we can stop is landing a stun on Archangel, which didn't land, by the way. But I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna see if this works though. It didn't land, but I think we can finish him off just because we're in a good position with the cooldown push. And I'm gonna focus on Nemesis. That was expected. Apocalypse lands the ability block on Gambit. That's okay because we're still gonna be able to use Gambit's passive pings. Now, I think this is where the pain point is. Having this Morgan Le Fay here, definitely a big issue. And we know Apocalypse is coming with his ultimate strong and fast, right? So this is I think this is going to be the difference maker here. Oh, nice. Apocalypse didn't actually get the turn, so I'm going to use the ultimate there. And we're able to do some really meaningful damage here. And there you go. You have the one shot, and man, Nightcrawler takes the punch from Apocalypse. That's what's up. That is what I'm talking about, guys. So I'm going to use the special now down the middle here. Ability block Morgan Le Fay so she cannot get healed up now. And beautiful stuff. This is why it's so important, guys. The synergy of the Extreme X-Men team. Nightcrawler being able to handle a Falcon punch, that's huge, guys. That's absolutely huge. Yeah, he's going to get out of the stun, but I mean, the fact that we were able to land abilities on him, and now we can actually get the ability block. Boom. Surprisingly, no one fell. So that is great. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it, guys. So hopefully this helps you guys out. All the X-Men section as well as the start of this. This is where it gets harder and harder now. Final section is going to be the Legendary and Villain Battle. So I'll have that out as well, guys. Thank you for your time as always. I hope this helps you guys out as you push this higher and higher. We're getting closer and closer to that 1 diamond goal here of GWENOM. Thank you for your time as always. I'll catch you guys pretty briefly here in the next one.